Let's see. Let's just do this. All right, we are live. I tried to play the intro. I tried to play the intro for you guys, but it did not work. So we'll just do this. We'll just go live. This is Are You Serious Sports? What's going on, guys? What is happening? Let some more people trickle in. As you can see, we got a new little venue tonight. A new little venue. Forgot my selfie stick at the house, but we got a new little venue for tonight. Me and my family are at my sister-in-law's house. So a new little venue for for tonight's show. I'm trying not to move the camera. I'm trying to get situated. So I apologize for all the issues and all the things that we're having, but we're still out. We're still without power. We're still without just without. So I mean, we're going to be out for a little while, but we are live. We are live, and I greatly appreciate everybody joining us. We'll be a little bit more consistent as the week goes on. We might try to do a post-game show tomorrow, and that will actually be – the post-game show will actually go pretty swell. I think we'll be somewhere where we can be able to do a real live show, like a real live post-game. So be on the store for a post-game show tomorrow. We're doing everything that we can to figure that out. So I just want to do this. Guys, everyone joining us, do us a favor by hitting the like and share. Share to Facebook. Share to your Twitter. Share to all Facebook groups. It greatly appreciates us. I greatly appreciate you guys doing that. As we're rebuilding, look, I'm going to tell you this right now. We're down right now, but we're not going to be out for long. At one of these days, we will come back and we will rip on all of these Rudy Poos that are doubting LSU. We will get into that tonight. We'll be able to bring up some comments as always, but I really need you guys to share the stream, share the comments, and everything like that. My good friend C. King, we're praying for you, my friend. He says we got to punish them people, and I think LSU will, man. I think LSU will punish them. Let's get to a couple comments, and then we'll get to starting the show. Craig Schilling says, go ahead, all you Rudy Poos, and pick UCLA. Dude, I don't understand why all these Rudy Poos are picking UCLA. Like, what do they know that we don't, right? Like, what does everybody else know about LSU that I don't know? Because they're fooling the shit out of me. I'll tell you that. Travis says, you fooled us. How did I fool you, brother? How'd I fool you? Just gonna have to bear with us. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, there's not a lot else I can do about it. We will be back, and we will be back better than ever. But it's definitely not. Definitely not. Oh, Travis said with the intro from home. No, I tried it just through my phone. Mario, do you have any damage to your house? No. Logan says definitely need to punish them and shut up the haters. I'm tired of everyone doubting us. Me too, man. Me too. And look, Saturday, I think it's going to be a real bloodbath, right? Like, I really believe that Saturday is going to be a real bloodbath for LSU. I fully believe LSU is going to come out and beat the dog shit out of UCLA. You know, like, what's crazy about all of this is that everybody's, oh, UCLA, look how they went against Hawaii. Guys, Hawaii was trash water. Like, Duke, straight trash. They weren't good. I mean, and so everybody's putting their faith in the fact that, you know, UCLA dominated Hawaii. Guys, that's nothing. You would look. I'm not saying they're a pushover. I'm not saying Hawaii's a pushover, but DTR just did not have a good game against Hawaii. He looked, I don't want to say scared because he didn't look scared. He just looked timid. He was out a couple weeks before that game because of COVID. So he just looked very timid, right? Like he looked very shaken back by it. I want to give a shout out to our good friends over, before we get I guess we already started, but our good friends over at GM Barno and Sons, guys. They've been helping so many people servicing their vehicle and everything that they're doing. RV repair, big river overhauls, motorhome chassis, routine maintenance, they can get it done. So give them a call at 225-664-9992. That's 225-664-9992. Tell them your good friend Blake Ruffino at AYS sent you on by. And our good friends over at betonline.ag. Guys, use your mobile device. You only got one day left to bet on LSU. So get on over to BetOnline today. Get your bets in. LSU, what jokingly enough is a 2.5-point favorite against UCLA. Like how LSU is a 2.5-point favorite? I have no idea, none whatsoever. But put your score predictions in there for LSU. What do you think the score is going to be for LSU? Personally, and I'll get mine out of the way. Personally, I think LSU is going to run the football and they're going to ram it down. They're going to ram it down UCLA's throat, man. I really think that they're going to run the ball. 3 little letters, man. RPO. I think Max Johnson's going to come back firing. I think that they're going to get the ball to Ty Davis Price, John Emery. I think they're going to have design stuff for Kayshon Boutte. Can another wide receiver step up? I think that they can. I think Brian Thomas is going to get a lot of reps Saturday, guys. I'm hearing a lot of things about Brian Thomas, so I'm really looking forward to Brian Thomas. Peggy asked how much she should bet on the game. She never bet before. I mean, look, if I don't know, Peggy, because I don't know your bank account like that, but I'll tell you what I'm putting down, and it ain't small. So I would say, if it's your first time, bet $50, see what you think, and then cash out. Let's get to a couple of comments. Henry Pooh Bear says, can't wait for tomorrow. Cody Smith says, glad you're back, Blake. We got hit hard. Here in Satsuma as well. Sweating our asses off on a little generator power. Should be able to watch the massacre on my phone tomorrow. Yeah, man. You're not too far from us. We are evacuated to my sister-in-law's house. So we're here. And look, guys, I'm just not wanting to impose that route, but say hard. Tony Williams, the Hawaii game gave UCLA the big hand going into this game, and LSU will rock their world. I went offensively, so let's go defensively. A lot of people are talking about that. Look, I told you this. I told you this on my show before the storm. A lot of people are downing LSU's D-line. Look, because what people need to understand is that LSU's D-line gave up a lot of yards on the ground last season, and people want to know if it's fixed. Now, they got a lot of talent, but can they get that? That I think DTR, UCLA's quarterback, is going to have a tough time at doing that, getting the ball to his receivers, getting the ball down the field. And if LSU starts to run a game, I think it's over. I would not load the box. I would just run your defense. Do what you got to do. It's going to be a fun game tomorrow. And look, we got a lot of good games tomorrow. Dalton Harris says 41-20. I can see that. I mean, that's pretty much – that's close to what I have from what Dalton – I think it's going to be around 41-24, 41-28, 41-31. I think, even a 10-point game. But I'm going to go 41-24 or 41-28. I think that's what I'm going to stick with. I do think that UCLA is going to move the ball and they're going to score. It wouldn't shock me in the slightest, though, if UCLA doesn't score that much. Guys, they had drops on the outside. They're not going to be able to run the football like they did against Hawaii. Hawaii's a JV team, man. I mean, they're not good. Let's see. We got some more. Jared says 38-6. Seth Scott says 38-14. Yeah, a lot of people think that LSU is, a lot of people, as I'm seeing, are hovering around, as Arlen Blackwell has 42-17, around the 40-point mark. Guys, I don't buy into this Hawaii game from UCLA. Not 1 second. Not for 1 second. So I fully expect, and look, Derek Stingley's back, Elias Rick's back. You guys already know that I'm the president and CEO of the J Ward fan club. I love that kid. I think he's going to do some good stuff. Who's going to be the other safety? I think I'm almost 100% sure it is going to be Major Burns that's going to get that first reps. And then you go from there, man. You go from there. If you got Major Burns and you got Jay Ward and you got Elias Ricks, I am hearing, though, Dwight McLaughlin did not make the trip to Houston and will not be at UCLA. So that's a little bit of a bummer. It looks like he's going to need a couple more weeks before he comes back. So with the McLaughlin out, you do have Cardell Flott. Can Sage Ryan, if he's even able to ready to go, can he give you anything? So we'll see. So Ed did kind of fabricate a little bit on the injuries. Logan says 45-14, the Tigers. Look, a lot of people are thinking LSU can get in the 50s. I wouldn't be shocked by anything, man. I really wouldn't be shocked by anything. Jamar Jackson says the reason LSU is getting disrespected because of 5-5 season in 2020. No doubt. No doubt whatsoever. And look, at the end of the day, at the very, very end of the day, LSU is getting very disrespected. Very much disrespected by a lot of people. I was listening to the J-Boy show today, and his guest, I think it was Colin Wright, said that he thinks that UCLA is going to beat LSU. Where, though? Like, I see a lot of people saying UCLA is going to win. Where? Now, you're saying that, LSU's D-line, you better give me some examples for UCLA. Like, you better tell me reasons why UCLA wins, not why LSU loses. LSU has the better quarterback. LSU has the better roster. So you better start telling me reasons why they're winning and stop saying, well, LSU this, LSU that. Stop with that. Stop with that. So I wish we had a full week of true AYS shows, because I'd be ripping the shit out of these Rudy Poos, because they're making excuses of why, it's regurgitated shit. Tell me why you think UCLA is going to beat LSU. Don't give me excuses for LSU. Like, don't say, well, LSU can't do this, they can't do that. Like one guy today said, well, Ali Gay's been there for 4 years. No, he hasn't. Ali Gay only played at LSU, started last year. So that should tell you from the national perspective that these guys don't know what they're talking about. They have no idea what they're talking about whatsoever. So they want to continue with the bullshit. Let them continue with the bullshit, because tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, an ass whipping's coming down. All right. Do us a favor, guys. Do us a favor by hitting a like and share if you're on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. This is not our traditional show. Hopefully we'll get back to that sooner rather than later. I'm hoping by next week, man, we'll be up and running, but, you never know. Jacob Cole says LSU 45-28. I think they'll move the ball early. We'll settle in down the stretch and stay fresh due to depth. LSU forces 2 turnovers. I can certainly see that, man. Jacob, I can certainly see that. Certainly see LSU winning 45-28. I mean, I got 41-28. If LSU forces a couple turnovers and they hold UCLA to 28 points and score a lot of points, I'd be highly impressed by that. Logan says, that's for sure, but that's not LSU. We all know that, bruh. We'll show them what we about. Coach O and this team is super hungry. Well, this team's pissed off, okay? The entire state of Louisiana is pissed off. And I don't think that people outside Louisiana don't understand that. Like, you got something to play for now. Like, this isn't a joke anymore. Like, it's cute to make fun of LSU during the offseason, but the shit's not cute anymore. So when the ass whipping comes down tomorrow at 7. Don't make excuses. Oh, well. And then if you picked UCLA, don't say UCLA wasn't a good team. Don't give me that shit. And don't give me that Chip Kelly's not a good coach. Don't give me that. If you're gonna say LSU's gonna get beat by UCLA, then you better damn well tell me why. Look, the best thing that could have happened to these national and local Rudy Poos is that we're not at full capacity AYS wise. I'm tired of their shit. Being honest, I'm tired of it. Ryan Thibodeau says that LSU or UCLA has no depth. I agree with. I think they got some depth on the D line. Look, their D line's good now. UCLA's D line can play. Don't underestimate them. They got some speed. Brian Thompson says 38-24. I can see that. I mean, that's a big win for LSU. If they, 14 guys, you beat a team by 14 points. That's a big victory. So don't be discouraged by that. Paul Batts says people seriously just hate LSU. Give me examples. Call them out on their hate. I don't really think it's all over the place. It's all over the place. You want to call out LSU, but the only reason UCLA is good is because they're playing LSU week 1. Let's call it spade a spade. Nobody's been talking about them all season. Herb Street goes on there and says UCLA's got a lot of seniors, and so has Texas. Texas has had years where they've had like 13, 14, 15, 16 seniors on their roster, and they get their asses beat. Give me more to win. They don't have the talent to win. I don't want to hear it. Ryan Thibodeau says UCLA smaller up front. They do got some smaller DNs. That's why I think that LSU is going to try to force a running game. That's RPO game. You force the run, and you attack them. I think LSU will be fine there. I think LSU will be completely fine there. Logan says, bro, we need to get you on the SEC network, maybe with Feinbaum or something. Well, he knows where to call me. It wouldn't be the first time. Arlen Blackwell says, Paul, I live in Georgia. Their fans are the worst. Yeah, Georgia fans are absurd right now. And I'm going to tell you this. What just happened? I'm going to tell you this. I do not expect as Craig Jones says, 49-12. A lot of people are picking Georgia to beat Clemson. Guys, I don't see it. I just don't see it. Now, so this is what people should be doing on why you think that a team's going to beat another team. I think that Clemson's D-line is ferocious. I think that they're really good. I think that they get after JT Daniels. I don't trust Georgia's coaching staff. I don't trust in their play calling. There's a lot of things I just don't trust in. I think Georgia's got the talent to beat Clemson. Let me say that again. Georgia does have the talent to beat Clemson, but I think that they get out-coached. And I think, honestly, defensively, Brent Venables comes into his own, and Clemson beats Georgia. So I wouldn't be surprised at that at all. Craig Jones says 49-12. Ethan says 49-21 LSU. Daniel says 35-17 is about what I figure. Kelly will throw his book at the first half. I think he will too. Seth Scott says, Blake, I saw in a Hawaii game, the field conditions weren't great. A lot of loose footing. I hope LSU brought the right cleats. I think they'll be fine. I think that they'll be fine. A Country Granger. Bear Granger says, hashtag Ask Blake. What's up, man? Hope y'all are doing all right. Absolutely cannot wait for tomorrow night. Me too, man. Me too. Everybody do us a favor by hitting a like and share to some Facebook groups. We're trying to get back as quickly as we can. We're at our sister-in-laws or my sister-in-laws for the night. Hoping to get back home, man. Just waiting to get back home and hoping that power will be back. We can do a normal show, man. This has been I'll tell you this has been one of the most eventful things in my life. Cody says, I'm tired of this shit. Love it, Blake. I'm tired of this shit, man. I'm right there with you, Cody. Cody, I'm right there with you, brother. Like, I'm more than tired of this shit. like tomorrow night is either going to do one or two things. I don't think that it's going to be a close game. Either way, I don't think it's going to be a close game. So, and if it is, God bless us. But look, you got a lot of pissed off LSU players, man. A lot of pissed off kids. So you look, you want to call LSU out, good, but you better start giving me more reasons. I gotta give my good buddy Charles Reese, who's in the comments. Guys, today, Charles Reese from the Primetime Podcast. Damn. Good friend of mine. Guys, go check him out on Twitter at primetime_pod, I believe it is. Charles put in the comments. Came to the house, or my sister-in-law today. He brought us some gas, brought some water. Charles, you're the man, brother. They say when you're when you're going through something, your real friends will show up. So, Charles, I greatly appreciate it, brother. Much love. We got to bring you on the show when we're back. When we're back up to speed. But he says, service is improving slowly and surely. Let's go get that dub. Let's go do it. Let's go do it. Let's get to more of these comments. Guys, I will tell you, until we get back in, I think we might be going around 30 minutes. So we'll go about another 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll get on out of here. Let's see. Henry says, I live in Alabama. I'm used to the hate. I hear that. I bet you they hate LSU. Brand says, I'm so damn tired of people saying LSU is going to be the third or fourth in the West. Mark my word, we'll go down the Bama game, period. Like it normally does, man. Like it normally does. It's funny because everybody talks about COVID, and I'm not going to get political. You guys know I don't get political. But everybody talks about COVID, right? But what they don't talk about is, they make the excuse, oh, well, COVID this or COVID that. But then when it comes to LSU, oh, they're 5-5. They're 5-5. Screw that magic. Like, what is that even? So it doesn't account for everybody else, but it accounts for LSU. So you're going to tell me during a COVID year, you're going to base everything off of that? Go ahead, man. David says UCLA's quarterback is garbage, and LSU D-line will be all over him all night long. UCLA quarterback throws 3 interceptions. That'd be huge. That'd be huge. Arlen says that Clemson is going to manhandle Georgia. Clemson's D-line is a beast. Oh, by the way, Georgia's center's hurt. Yeah, and if you don't know the stat, last year alone, I think it was like 87% of teams that either lost their center or had to replace their center. Like, I think 87% of the teams lost the following week. So that's just a crazy stat. And look, they said something like they're going to rotate centers. Good luck. That is the most pee-wee thing I've ever heard. Center is not a position where you can rotate guys in and out. That's not how that works. So Granger says, shout out to all the linemen and tree trimmers out there out in our state. They're the real heroes. That's true. I just pray, that they stay safe. They work hard. They work diligently, and they get things moving, man. And they're working hard, and you got to give them a lot of respect. So they're working their asses off. So we really do appreciate them. Logan says, I agree. I think Clemson beats Georgia. Might be close, but they'll win. Guys, I'm going to be honest. I don't know how close it's going to be. I mean, I think Georgia makes it a game in the first half, and then I think Clemson unloads on them. I think Clemson's just going to come out and freaking unload on them. I think DJ Uiagalelei, the Clemson quarterback, is really – I think he's good. I think he's very talented. He has improved a lot, but that doesn't really mean a whole lot. Like everybody talks about this player and that player. People talk about freshmen, true freshmen coming on, oh, this guy's a beast, that guy's a beast. Well, what about DJ Uiagalelei? I really think Georgia's about to get beat. Daryl says Kirby Smart is a decent coach, but not great. Clemson rolls. Yeah, I don't trust Clemson at all. I mean, Georgia at all. Ryan Tudor says 37-27 UCLA. Damn. 31-21 Clemson. So Ryan Thibodeau's betting against LSU. LSU fan betting against the Tigers? Ricky says running game has to do its thing. And I think that they will. I mean, look, here's the good thing that I don't think a lot of people are talking about. We talked about it for the last 2 months on my normal show. Nobody on God's green earth outside of Baton Rouge and the small amount of people that will be in Los Angeles knows what Jake Peets wants to run, because the truth is Jake Peets completely doesn't know what he wants to run. I mean, I think he has a good idea, but what works? What's his tendencies? What does he like to do on 3rd and 2? What does he like to do on 3rd and 7? There's a lot of different scenarios. There's no way that UCLA could game plan for LSU. And I think that that's a positive. What, you going to game plan a spring game where they didn't show shit? No, brother. Thibodeau, they about to get on your ass, boy. They about to get on your ass. Alex says total points under 65. I think that it's close. I mean, in my prediction, I have them just going over 65, Alex. I think it's going to be a 41-28 game. So I would bet the over. Now, I think where you wouldn't want to bet the over is, does UCLA score as much? Let's see. A couple more of these, and then we'll get on out of here. Go about a couple more minutes. Lonnie Young says, Blake, is there anything we can do to help you and your family? Lonnie, I appreciate that, man, but just pray for us. Pray that we get power back soon. Pray that we got Wi-Fi, internet. Just pray, man. All we can do at this point is pray. Brian Thomas says first half will be close. Second half LSU rolls. I mean, look at Ohio State last night. I mean, I don't think it's going to be like that. But just because you're down, or just because you go down during a game, guys, football is a long game. It's a long game, and you can win a lot of football games by coming back. LSU in 19 is not the norm. Tyler Cormier says 52-16 LSU with at least one defensive score and a punt return. What's the last time LSU had a punt return for a touchdown? That'd be interesting. That'd be very interesting. I can see a defensive score. Shit, they scored on defense a lot last year. I mean, if you really think about it. Tim Graves, what's up, my brother? How's it going out there in Houston and Franktown? We rolling here. We trying to make it, brother. Arlen says, you can't have the last name of Thibodeau and pick UCLA over LSU. I'm taking your Louisiana last name card. I told you, Thibodeau, they're going to get on your butt, boy. Oh, there he is. He said, no, I had a typo. He had a typo. Okay. We'll let you slide. Let's get a couple more of these, then we'll get out of here. Michael Ray says, TDP in the second level all night. Let's hope so. And look, I think this running game is going to be dominating. Don't freak out if LSU's getting 4 yards per carry. That's what you want to do. Guys, you get 4 yards per carry every single time. 2nd and 6, 3rd and 2. I mean, that's a productive running game. And LSU will eventually break it out. I don't think UCLA has the depth to beat them. All these Rudy Poos want to say at UCLA, just wait. Because as soon as it happens, I'm going to lose my mind. Logan says, thank you. Get this guy out of here. I think he said it was a typo. Henry Pooh Bear says, Trey Palmer 19 versus Northwestern. He took it to the house? Yeah, he did take it to the house, didn't he? I forgot about that. I forgot about Trey taking one to the house. Tyler Cormier says Trey Palmer had one. But no, he had one last year, but that was a kickoff. Remember the kickoff against South Carolina? That wasn't a punt return. But I think Henry was right. I do remember he did have one late. That's true. He had one late in 2019 against Northwestern. Remember, he went up the sideline. Henry's right there. All right, guys, we're about 31 minutes. We're going to try to do this at least 30 minutes a day. go live talk. I know it's not traditional. I hate that we're not able to go longer. I want to give a good shout out to our good friends John Patton over GMFS Mortgage, Drake Law Firm, Ernie Drake, Drake Williams Law Firm, and our good friend Richie Roche. Guys, you got trees down. Call Richie Roche and them 225 937 7220. 225 937 7220. They off of memory. So y'all give them a call, and we appreciate it. We'll see y'all again. Let's go watch some football. I'm about to go inside and eat, charge my phone, and watch some football until we get some power come on. But we'll see you guys later. Y'all have a good day. Go Tigers.